What's going on, guys? Nemesis here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I got a more so of a top ladder video for you guys. I'm currently 508 in the world right now, and it's going to be a matchup replay guide. Going to show you guys how to take care of some certain matchups. So yeah, without further ado, please make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Before I start talking about the gameplay and like my thought process and stuff like that, I want to say that I now have an official Discord server. So with that being said, I'm going to post a link in the description, and also there's a link in the community post as well of my channel where you guys could just join by hitting the link, and it's going to be for all you guys, just to hang out, to talk. If you guys need any advice or just tips in general, stuff like that, you can just, post in there, and like we can all just help each other out and stuff. So yeah, but going back into the gameplay, this guy has the Mighty Miner Spear Goblin's Bats deck, and this deck is honestly quite popular. It's been surging in the meta for sure with the Spear Goblin's Bats and stuff like that. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know who has matchup here. I've seen a lot of Pekka players and Logbait players, like they still don't know who has matchup like Pekka or this version of like Logbait, or it's not even Logbait. It's like Drill, just like Drill. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what the matchup is. It honestly seems a little easier than like the Mighty Miner like Logbait with a Dark Goblin, but it also kind of annoying because of just in general how strong Mighty Miner is. But definitely easier than Logbait for sure. And yeah, so what I like to do in this matchup is like when they have like a Mighty Miner, I will definitely cycle like a Pekka on top of it, especially like in single elixir. If they cycle like a Mighty Miner in the back, I'll just cycle Pekka the same lane, kind of like the Logbait variation. I will just do the exact same thing. And this deck can't really punish you as much as like a Logbait deck because they have Drill, which is one more elixir than a Goblin Barrel, and Ghost can take out a Drill super easily, as opposed to like a Goblin Barrel. You'll definitely take some damage, but a well-placed Ghost on top of a Drill will just take it out completely. So yeah, you can't really get punished that much for it. I play Pekka right there because he can't really punish me right now, because I have a Ghost for the Drill, so like he's gonna play Spear Goblins right there. Like I said, I'm just going to go for Pekka in the back because it's really important to Pekka in the back in this matchup. And go for battle on opposite lane, do a lot of dual lane pressuring and stuff like that. I think saving Ewiz is pretty important for like Mighty Miners and stuff like that also. So like if they play a Mighty Miner, just kind of Ewiz it because you don't want the Mighty Miner to get so much value as well. I'm going to go for a zap. You notice I didn't zap the bats because I knew he had Spear Goblins. I knew my Ewiz would take out the bats, so I'm going to save my zap for those Spear Goblins right there. And I'm basically just going to take the tower right then and there. So that's how I like to formulate the pushes. I think it's pretty... You could get damage in single elixir and damage in double elixir, I want to say, because they don't have the Dark Goblin stacks. They don't have Princess stack where they can just like stack princesses or Dark Goblins and then just completely DPS down your troops. They don't have that. They only have bad Spear Goblins, and your zap gets a ton of value for it. So yeah, and E was for the Mighty Miner. So yeah, that's how I like to take care of that matchup. Let's go ahead and jump to the next game. Okay, so we've got a game here against this guy, MD Azkin. I don't know how to pronounce that, to be honest with you. He's going to be playing regular bridge spam, like, without Pekka. So this is just simple bridge spam. And I'm going to go for a Ghost in the back. Pretty safe play, obviously. Can't get punished for a Ghost or a Bandit in the back. Maybe for a Ghost, but a Bandit, you're like more likely than not never get punished for it. So he's going to go for a Lumberjack. I thought this was like Golem until he cycled a Bandit. So I was like, okay, this is definitely just regular bridge spam. For sure. He's going to go for a Magic Archer as well. I'm going to take a Zap because I know that Owljack would have gotten a lot of damage on my tower if I didn't take a Zap. So at this point, I cycled minions, and then, not going to lie, I played this game kind of late. So I was a little sleepy, so I missed my timing on that Bandit, and the Magic Archer got some damage. So yeah. Let's see. The Bandit gets a dash on top of the Barbarian Barrel, so I'm just going to play a little bit passive right now. I feel like in this matchup, it's really important to find your opening, like... find the perfect time to strike. I tend to really only make a push when they have a bad cycle, like if they're low in elixir. Obviously, like if they have Ice Golem, because some bridge spam decks tend to have Ice Golem, and I definitely think that's a lot harder. I believe that without Ice Golem, it's Pekka's matchup, which this guy doesn't have an Ice Golem. I think it's Pekka's matchup, but with Ice Golem, I think it may still be Pekka's matchup, but I think it's definitely a lot harder just due to the fact that he has Ice Golem, so he can kite the Pekkas. And look at that, I think, I don't know, didn't the Ram Rider get a buff where like she charges up a lot quicker? I could be wrong, but I think that is the buff that a Ram Rider got. So that being said, I kind of messed up the timing on that Pekka right there where it got a shot. So yeah, I definitely need to work on the timing a little bit more. But yeah, so when they cycle a Ram Rider, I always Pekka it as well. Like if I have a Pekka, it's really important to not fall into the trap that like if you Pekka before they Ram Rider, they'll like Ram Rider you like opposite lane, and then they want you to force the E-Wiz onto the Ram Rider. So when you use the E-Wiz on their Ram Rider after you already Pekka'd, you're just gonna Inferno Dragon your Pekka, and you're basically not gonna have any push, and it's gonna be really hard for you to break through. So that's why I generally try to not use an E-Wiz on top of the Ram Rider. Just try to use the Pekka, or like maybe like a Zap Bandit or something like that. I go for the minions right there, and I go for an Electro Wizard for the Inferno Dragon. He's going to go for a really nice Fireball plus Barbarian Barrel. And also, if you're playing the Magic Archer variation, you could do the same thing. You don't really want to, just in general, if they cycle Inferno Dragon in the back, I would Magic Archer the back, and instead of playing an E-Wiz, because if you play an E-Wiz on the Inferno Dragon, when they cycle it in the back, they're going to Fireball it with like a Bar Barrel or something. But as opposed to a Magic Archer, if they Fireball the Magic Archer, you can just E-Wiz safely knowing that they don't have a Fireball anymore. So you can make a really big push with the Electro Wizard. And look, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't really want to use the E-Wiz on that. I wanted to use it to stun the Inferno Dragon, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even stun it. I missed a placement. So yeah. He's going to go for a Bandit right there. I'm going to go for a Royal Ghost, I believe, plus minions. And I'm immediately going to go for a Battle Ram because he just used Fireball. But that was a really good Magic Archer by him, to be honest. Magic Archer is kind of annoying, for sure. But Battle Ram does get a connection right there, which is super nice. And let's see here. Yeah, at this point in time, I didn't want to cycle an E-Wiz or a Pekka, because the Pekka would be kind of too aggressive. So I take a Zap plus Royal Ghost it. I think that was the correct play. I didn't want to mess my cycle up any further. I was kind of just trying to think of the long term right there. And if I cycled the Pekka, it would be really bad for me. I go for a Battle Ram in the back because I still don't want to like mess my cycle up. I take a Poison right there, just because, you know, it's pretty good to poison the Magic Archers. Nothing too crazy about it. And this is what I'm talking about. So I cycle the E-Wiz right there, and I cycle a Ghost, and I'm going to go for a Pekka, and I'm immediately just going to cycle back to my next Electro Wizard as quick as I possibly can. See, you see how I'm just pressuring up because I wanted to get to my next Electro Wizard just like that, and he's basically done for. I think that was a really good play on my end. Just quickly cycling two E-Wizards in triple elixir, and that's what helped me take his tower. Let's go for the next game. Okay, so we got our final game here, and it's against this deck, you know, the Lumberloon Freeze with Balloon. And, you know, I've covered this deck quite a bit in the past, but I think this is like another really good example of how to beat this matchup. So I'm just going to go for a ban in the back. He's going to go for, let me see, he's going to go for a Bar Barrel. So I believe I just play opposite lane here because it's pretty important just to kind of cycle cards opposite lane after you play the first card in the other lane. So he's going to go for a Bowler in the back. So I already know what deck this is. This is definitely just, you know, the Lumberloon deck right here. So I think I go for a Pekka in the back, I'm pretty sure. And the reason why I go for a Pekka in the back is because I have the minions variation. And if I had the Magic Archer variation, I would not do this play because the Magic Archer simply just does not do enough damage to take out a Lumberloon push. So with that being said, if he were to go like a Lumberjack plus a Balloon opposite lane, I would have minions on the defense and just completely counter push him, and he would auto lose the game. So that's why I did the Pekka in the back right there. But like I said, if I had a Magic Archer, I would not have done that play. I would just probably play like a Marcher in the back or something. And this is what I'm talking about. He was pretty aggressive with that Balloon, so I'm just going to completely outright spam this guy. I spam a Bandit because he doesn't have Barbarian, Barrel, and Cycle anymore, and just completely just take his tower. And that's what I'm talking about. And as you can see earlier, when I played that E-Wiz on the Inferno Dragon, I didn't play it immediately. I kind of waited a little bit, and that was just due to the fact that if you were to play like a preemptive freeze, because sometimes they'll like predict freeze your E-Wiz, because that's just the correct play to do, just to play an E-Wiz behind your Pekka to keep it as live as long as you can. So I was kind of just waiting to maybe like use that prediction freeze, and then I'll play the E-Wiz after he freezes. So I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to Pekka the back again because I have minions in my hand if you wanted to rush me opposite lane. So, and I'm pretty sure like he knows this. I don't even know if I played him already. I think I did, yeah. I think I did play him, but like that's what I'm saying is minions are insanely good in this matchup. They'll bail you out so much that the magic archer just cannot do in this matchup because it just simply does not do enough DPS. I go for a poison right there because I want to make sure this counter push dies. So Ewis is doing a lot of work right now, and I'm kind of just going to play a little bit defensively. This matchup more so goes like just being able to outright beat him in single elixir because his cards are so heavy in elixir with like Balloon, Bowler, Inferno Dragon, Baby Dragon, everything. It's high cost. I wouldn't say like the Inferno Dragon or Baby Dragon's high cost, but it's like medium cost, and you can definitely punish him because of like the Bowler plus the Balloon combination. They're just so expensive for single elixir that if you play your cards well, you can just beat them in single elixir, but in double elixir and triple elixir, it gets a lot harder to, obviously break through those cards. So yeah, that was how I like to take care of that matchup. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to, like and subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for watching.